Well, we all know anybody who plays golf would know that as much a head game as a physical one, and pro golfer Annika Sorenstam sure had a lot on her mind when she became the first woman to play a PGA Tour event in the past 2 days. Well, you know, actually since the 1940s, but she played it over the past 2 days. She played pretty well, came up a little short, was the weight of the world, or at least the battle of the sexes, too much for her shoulders. Joining us now is Dr. Gregg Steinberg, sports psychologist and author of Mental Rules for Golf. And Doctor, here's what struck me. First of all, she had a couple practice rounds. I don't know if she played a full 18 earlier in the week, but everybody was watching her from day one. And on Thursday, when she teed off, she let out a great exploration because getting it down the middle of the fairway, she had to be under enormous pressure.
Yes, the eyes of the world were upon her, you know, and that's a lot of pressure. And I'd almost equate that to about 2 strokes per round for her. So for the 2 days, you might add 4 strokes for that. And, you know, she was 5 over, and if you take away those 4 strokes, which is 2 strokes per round, she might have made the cut with without all that pressure.
And she would have made it anyway if she hit a couple of the birdie putts, which might have helped her, too, because she was actually number 3 out of 111 men, folks. She was number 3 as far as finding the fairway. So she found the fairway. She was good in greens and regulation. I think she was about the middle of the pack, and her putting was not great. She was near the bottom in that. But like you said, you know, that's where that tension can really play a role.
Yeah, Annika definitely hits a lot of fairways, but her putting gets a little suspect, and I think it hurt her for this tournament. But also, when the nerves are up, it definitely affects more of the small muscles, which affect putting more so than the big muscles, which will affect hitting the fairways.
Yeah, and the duration of the pressure. If you start on Thursday morning, and we'll ignore the beginning of the week, start on Thursday morning, give us a feel for the psychological impact, how that manifests itself once you reach Friday evening.
Well, you know, the pressure just didn't start Thursday morning. I mean, this was building for weeks and weeks. So she was feeling the pressure for probably a month, and it just ended Friday. But I don't think to say that the pressure started Thursday morning is appropriate. I mean, she was feeling the pressure for months, and then she said by the end of Friday she was just beat.
I guess the feeling that I was trying to get from you, even though everything you say, of course, is right, is once she started playing in the tournament, she really was focused. She did a great job on Thursday. She didn't play until Friday afternoon. She couldn't even go out that morning, and that has to physically add up.
Oh, yeah. You know, usually what happens, even with great athletes, they're a little bit nervous the first couple holes, and then their nerves subside. But she said she was nervous the entire round for both rounds.
Now, if you could talk to her, what advice would you give Annika if she were to try this again?
Well, you know, the main reason why she did this is to raise her game, you know, to test her skills. She took a big risk, and I think she did wonderful. The one thing that I would tell her is she said she was so nervous the entire time. And I think what she needs to do is maybe focus on reducing those nerves, you know, maybe practicing her relaxation skills and really being able to train her body to combat the nerves she faced.
Or practice her putting.
Well, you know, if you're calm and relaxed, you're going to putt better. And I think the nerves got
Yeah, that's what they tell me. It doesn't work for me, and I'm not playing in tournaments. So in this, do you think if she were to play again, that she would in fact be able to do better now that this is out of the way?
Oh, yeah. You know, on Thursday it showed she beat 27 of the greatest golfers in the world. She beat Sergio Garcia. She beat
Tom Lehman.
Appleby, Tom Lehman, British Open champ. And it showed that on any given day, she can compete with the men. So I think if she plays again, her nerves will subside, and I think she'll actually make the cut.
All right. Well, hopefully we'll see. We don't know exactly what she's going to do. She says she's had enough, and we'll see how it plays out. Dr. Gregg Steinberg, thank you.
Thank you so much.